What's up guys, Logic Over Emotion, and today I want to talk about a prediction that I have regarding which way the Democratic presidential campaign will proceed, so let's get into it. Now before we begin the video, I'd like to ask you to like, comment, and share. If this is your first time here at Logic Over Emotion, consider hitting that subscribe button. We'd love to have you as part of the channel because here we bring the hard truth while others are busy virtue signaling. So let's start by setting the context. The previous Democratic campaign strategy was to find every way to make COVID more dangerous than it was. Then to create an atmosphere of fear by making people wear masks everywhere, which served as a constant reminder of COVID. The idea was to keep the economy closed and then turn around and blame Trump for everything. Once the Democrats realized that they could possibly gain support from the unrest caused by recent police shootings, they started riding that train as well. However, they didn't count on the fact that they couldn't control the riots. So here recently, the Democrats saw the light and realized that the people didn't support defunding the police. As a response to that, Joe Biden took out a $45 million advertising campaign and is basically preaching what Trump and others have been preaching this whole time, and that is the fact that we shouldn't be burning down our own country. It took them 3 months to finally say riots are bad. Now recently the CDC updated their website and made a statement that I think is very important to the understanding of COVID. They said that only 6% of COVID deaths listed COVID as the only reason of death, which means that in 94% of COVID deaths, the individual had, on average, 2 to 3 other illnesses that could have contributed to death. Now, the reason this is so important is because it speaks to how deadly COVID really is. If you are healthy with no underlying illnesses, you have an extremely small chance of dying from COVID. If you were to extract that 6% from the overall COVID deaths in America, it would be around 10,000 people. Which means, in my opinion, the economy should have never shut down, but instead we should have just protected people with underlying illnesses, and if you were one of the healthy ones, you virtually had nothing to worry about. So why is this important to the shift of the Biden campaign? Because now it's getting harder and harder for people to see COVID as something that should have the economy locked down. People are ready for everything to open, to stop wearing masks, and to get their kids back in school. This is really a good thing for Trump because now it forces Biden to challenge him on law and order, which has seemed to take the forefront in politics today. And we all know that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's records look like when it comes to law and order. Trump can show where he has freed people from unfair jail sentences. He can show the reform that he's put in place in his short time as president, while Biden will have a very hard time finding anything of the sort in his 47 years in office. And we all know, what Kamala's reputation as a prosecutor looks like as well. The Democrats really wanted to challenge Trump on the COVID issue, but that's taking a back seat to the riots. It is all the Democrats' fault, which is why this is so pleasing. They pushed the riots to a point that they no longer could control them, and it overtook the issue that they were hoping to defeat, or that they were hoping to use to defeat Donald Trump. Now they're trying their best to formulate a winning strategy. But because they do everything based on perspectives instead of whether it's right or wrong, it's forced them to change up many times if people don't have short memories. It's easy to go back and to replay all the change-ups, over time. I'm sure at some point in the Trump campaign there will be, a nice montage of these type of things. It's precisely why Pelosi doesn't want Biden to debate Trump. The Democrats have no sound agenda or platform they can use to advertise to the American people. You have Trump on the ground visiting Kenosha, helping businesses, etc. The Democrats call it buying votes, while I call it doing your job, and Trump is doing a very good job. And here recently, I believe the Democrats see the writing on the wall because, multiple Democrats have come out saying that Joe Biden shouldn't concede if he loses. They have literally convinced themselves that they are doing something so righteous that they no longer have to abide by any rules whatsoever. I even saw an article recently that claimed a group of people have played out all of the possible scenarios, regarding the presidential election, and all of them ended in violence except the one where Joe Biden wins. So help me understand. The people rioting aren't Joe Biden supporters, but will magically stop rioting if Joe Biden wins. At this point, the Democrats are doing everything in their power to spread fear. They have yet to do the one thing that you actually need to win a presidential election, and that is providing an actual plan for America, a plan based in substance and fact. Right now, we have Joe Biden and his terrible VP pick, no Democratic plan, no facts provided, a bunch of fear-mongering and a desire to destroy our economy. and they wonder why they can't best Trump. Maybe if they cared about the American people even just a shred, they would be doing a lot better. At this point, the Democratic Party is so fractured and has sustained so many self-inflicted wounds, I don't see how they could find a way to redeem themselves and have a chance at winning the election. All Trump has to do is keep doing what he's always done as president, and he will surely have a landslide victory. That's it for this one. What do you guys think? Do you expect the Democrats to pivot to a law and order campaign pitch? Is it too late? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and you guys take care.